John Madden Legacy game. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. So it's the NFC Stars who will get the ball first. And, Charles, as we alluded to, we've got a different era of coach on each sideline. So the man coaching this NFC squad, we'll call him Young John Madden. This is a coach who was trying to establish a foothold in the NFL and on the cusp of doing it very successfully. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. Randy Moss, 77 yards. And the NFC strikes quickly for 6. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They're going to try and run. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Tell you what, they're not messing around. You get the quick touchdown, and then you go for 2 to go up 8-0 here on the road.
In a sense, they hit him with a big shot right away. You don't throw a jab after you throw the haymaker, right? Go ahead and go for 2. They did. They're in control.
And Hall not going to bring this one out. So, Charles, as mentioned, we've got another Coach Madden over here on the AFC sideline. Of course, his Raiders, members of the AFC West. So this is a conference he battled in for his entire career. And you think about the landscape of the NFL as he was getting into the back half of his tenure. It was a golden era for coaches. You had Don Shula, Tom Landry, Chuck Noll, Bud Grant. But it was John Madden who had the best winning percentage of them all, CD. 759, the best ever.
Brandon, it's hard to believe he could be so successful in a conference with all those great teams. The Steelers won 4 Super Bowls. The Dolphins won 2 and were a mainstay in the playoffs. The Colts were tough. The Broncos came on late and went to a Super Bowl themselves. But against Hall of Fame coaches, John Madden's record, 36, 16, and 2. That's pretty incredible. His Raiders were a factor each and every year.
On is the Hall of Famer Ray Guy to punt this away on 4th down. Here's Hester. Dances by him. A good return there, 17 yards. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. With the NFC offense coming out here, and you know, Charles, Coach Madden always said that if he had one drive to win a game and he had to pick a quarterback, he would pick Kenny Stabler. But I think if you asked him to omit any of his Raiders players, there's a good chance the guy he'd select would be Brett Favre.
Brett Favre is always smiling. He's always laughing. He's always talking to someone. He remembers that it's a game. And if it's a game, you should have fun.
And, Brandon, that always reminds me of a great movie line where one of the players was telling the coach, every time I say it's a game, you say it's a business. And every time I say it's a business, you say it's a game. With Coach, it was always a game.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Oh, he fakes the spike. And that one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. He had space in front of him if he had held on, but instead it's third down. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Favre. He'll find his running back. It's Emmitt Smith. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. So as we mentioned at the top, let's take you through the life of John Madden. And, you know, it's very fitting that we're here back in the Bay Area, not just because John's so associated with Raider football, but also because this was where he spent his formative years.
Yeah, he grew up over in Daly City with his buddy John Robinson, who would also become an NFL head coach. And he played his high school ball at Jefferson High.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Emmitt Smith from 8 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. The NFC going to line up and go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. Make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. They overload him that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. On the return, Hester. Oh, able to avoid him. Look at those stick skills. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now, the NFC heading back out. Hall of Famer Randy Moss a part of this offense. And Coach Madden, boy, he always appreciated the ferociousness with which number 84 attacked the football in the air.
As Randy Moss says, just chunk it up there, dog, and I'll go get it.
And, Coach, boy, did he ever go get it. Over 15,000 receiving yards, 156 touchdowns. And how about this? From his rookie year of 1998 until 2009, those were his prime seasons, right? He led the league in touchdowns 5 times, but even more so, he showed us all how to go up and get it. Great body control. No one's ever done it better playing the ball in the air.
From the shotgun, it's Favre. This is Smith with a grab. Touchdown! Emmitt Smith with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. No run back here for Hall, and this will come out to the 25. The offense for the AFC set to go now. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
From midfield, here's Brady. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Brady to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Brady. And his pass incomplete. But Charles, you mentioned Coach was a 21st round draft pick back. 58 was a now Brady again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Now a toss play. Allen. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. And he gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. The career leader in field goals made knocks that one through. And coming up in the second half, we'll run through John's post-coaching triumphs. But for now, we present a special tribute to the man of the hour, narrated by the Raiders' own Trey Mosley. The AFC going to get the football first here as we are back underway from Oakland in the John Madden Legacy game. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. He finds his man complete. It's Gonzalez. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Here's Ray Guy now as he's on to punt for the AFC. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. They'll try and throw for it with Favre. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. From the gun, it's Favre. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. It's a second down run with Sanders. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. He juked him. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Emmitt Smith. 50 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The NFC going to line up and go for 2 here. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get there. Boy, even with a Hall of Famer carrying the ball, the defense comes up big, and the try for 2 is thwarted. And this is going to be secured by the AFC. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. On the toss, here's Allen. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So now, Charles, to pick up the story we've been telling, John Madden at 42. He had just completed a 10-year stint as the coach of the Raiders. He wants to step away a bit from the grind of coaching, but he doesn't want to step away from the game of football. So he ends up signing on with CBS in 1979 to try his hand at broadcasting. And much like his coaching career, he was pretty much an instant success.
Partner, he really connected with the people right from the start, and people may not remember he wasn't even on the #1 team in the beginning. He worked his way up. But the same things that made him a great coach made him a great broadcaster. The ability to show the big picture, yet break it down into the details. That's what he did with his teams. That's what he did with the people. That way, he was simple to understand, yet insightful for viewers. And he did with that big personality that he had, one that connected with everyone.
So for Coach Madden, Charles, by 1981, his broadcasting career is really taking off. He's elevated to the network's #1 booth that calls all the big matchups. And he gets the plum assignment of calling Super Bowl 16, 49ers and Bengals, and he's teamed up with Pat Summerall. And that pairing ultimately would go on to be one of the most influential in sports broadcasting history.
Influential not just in us listening to them. Remember, they went on to call 8 Super Bowls together. But how they put together kind of the template that all of us broadcasters follow now. Sitting down with the head coaches and the quarterbacks and the stars of each team before a ball game to get extra information. And the way that those two paired together, Pat Summerall, short, concise, to the point, and turned it over to Coach Madden to fill in all the big details.
He's got a man. Andre Reed complete. Touchdown. Andre Reed, 27 yards. And the AFC able to cut into the lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and the lead is down to 28-10. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And it is gobbled up by the NFC. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Well, this has certainly been special. And, Charles, as we wind down toward the end of this John Madden legacy game, your final thoughts?
Well, let's face it, partner, it's going to be hard to overestimate the impact that he made, not just on the sport of football, but on his family, friends, players, co-workers, and in the lives of millions of Americans who watched him. There would never be another John.
So it's a win here for the NFC. Just an incredible afternoon of football.